What's up, everybody? How are we doing? We'll give it about another minute, and then we'll get started here with... I was a little later than I wanted to be getting the video started because I was working on claims for the Donruss break, which if you haven't jumped in, we've still got, I don't know, probably 12 to 15 spots left as of when I went live in the Donruss break tonight. 2024 5-box Donruss break. So if you want to jump in, I think as I hear my computer dinging, that's probably another one that's been claimed. So like I said, somewhere between probably 12 to 15 drivers left as of when I went live. So also, before we go too far with this, I've been listening. I don't know if you guys follow him or not, but I've been listening to Ryan Hall, y'all. And so if you're somebody that lives in Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois, probably already past Missouri, but Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois, there's a big segment right through Kentucky and Indiana right now. If you guys are in that area, please pay attention to the weather because some of those storms that are coming through some of those areas are no joke. I've been watching it, and they're talking like 3-inch hail. I mean, that's rough. So just a heads up to you guys that live in that area, and of course, even up here where we're at, we're going to be keeping an eye on things tonight. So, hey, Miranda, good to see you. I don't think you have anything in this one. Haven't seen you in a while. Are you going to make it to, Miranda, are you going to make it to, one of the upcoming shows? Rob's got his show in Columbus tomorrow, and then the end of May, he's got the Chillicothe one. And then I'll be doing the Grove City Card Fest again July 6th. So, tornado touchdown in Indy. Yeah. So if you're in those areas, you guys got to really be paying attention. I know, like, Storm Ghost lives over there somewhere near Indy. So work every weekend. Oh, I got you. Oh, you got to tell them you need a weekend off. Yeah, you need a vacation day one of these. Well, the Grove City one would be the one to do it for sure if you were ever going to do it, because that was massive. That was a cool show. I'm looking forward to that July 6th. All right, so let's get started. I know I've seen a whole bunch of people asking questions about this submission and what submission is this and all of those kinds of things. I'm going to try to answer it all here real quick. This submission date was from 4/1, and this is submission number 19. There are people that have cards in submission number 18 that was almost a month prior to this, and that one is still in grading. This one, Leaked Frog number 18, and I'll explain to you why I think that happened real quick. If you guys remember, I did a single card grade reveal of a really big Ellie De La Cruz autograph that came back a 10. PSA estimated it to be about a $5,000 card. So, obviously, expensive card, high end. I think, and this is just me thinking in my own head, basically. This is not a rule, this is just me thinking. I think because I sent that Ellie with this submission, and the Ellie was in a high tier, meaning it was a 10-day turnaround, I think that moved this submission ahead in the line. You know what I mean? Like somebody had to physically go and get my shipment and pull the Ellie to get it graded within their 10-day turnaround time. And they probably, at some point, were like, well, we've already got this pulled. We might as well get this in line for grading and just move on, instead of trying to reshuffle it back in, you know? So I think that's why this one is ahead of 18 and why that happened. I honestly don't know, but that's my theory. So, and then I do want to touch on one other thing. You guys know me, I try to show all that happens with our grading, whether it's good, bad, ugly, indifferent. I will never be one that just shows you a stack of 10s and tells you that everything is sunshine and rainbows and, you know, and that you can buy beachfront property, in the state of Nebraska, you know? So, I try to give full transparency with these, and so I want to start with kind of the not so great or not so hot part. This Diamond Anniversary Hailie Deegan came back with an N6 error, and I have seen that before. Essentially, what that means is this card did not meet the minimum size requirement, and my only assumption is that maybe the card is just slightly cut too short, you know, or something along that line. You know what I mean? Sometimes you'll see when you open packs, sometimes you'll get a card that's a little bit cut long. I'm wondering if this one was just cut short, and that's why they did that. But this one was not able to be graded, and so this is how it came back to me. It comes back in a PSA semi-rigid, with this little label saying "Do Not Hold Her" and all that jazz. So, there's no charge. The person that owns the card was not charged for this. So don't think you're out anything. They're not out any money, but obviously they were without their card for a couple of months and didn't get anything out of it. So it's a bummer, but I try to be full, you know, just full transparency. So, and then you guys know how I do the reveals. Pretty simple. Everything over here to our left is going to be 10s. Everything here in the middle is going to be 9s. Everything over here to the right is going to be 8 or less. As you can see, real simple way to visualize this is if you stacked this stack on top of the 9s, probably half of what we submitted came back 10s. So in the overall scheme of things, we had a great return as far as 10 rate, gem rate. People love to talk about gem rate, and I think sometimes I try to say it's a load of crap, and it kind of is in a way, because gem rate only applies if that's strictly the only thing you're going for, and that's not what we are always doing here. So, anyway, so we're going to start with the low stuff and work up to the 10s, just like we always do. So here we go. I'm going to start with a couple that are, this one I cannot really speak to what was wrong with this card necessarily. I do not have any Pokemon knowledge whatsoever, other than, you know, I can see that maybe the edges maybe aren't perfect, and I just don't know how particular, maybe this is how particular they are with Pokemon, but because I have zero experience with Pokemon, I mean, we've sent a bunch and we've gotten some really good stuff back. This is the first one that came back kind of low, and again, I just don't know what the reason is. But again, I have very little knowledge on Pokemon, so basically none. So anyway, we got a 6 on that. And we're going to have a couple here that we knew without a shadow of a doubt. This was one of them, and you can see if I hold this just about right in there, if you look right above Kyle's head, there's a pretty good scratch. And then there's one over his shoulder. There's a large one that runs south of his fire suit, right right through there. Anyway, these Pacific IndyCar cards, this chrome finish, the finish was very tough on these. And so we knew this one was not going to be a high grade. We absolutely knew it. But a 20 out of 20 on a Kyle Larson IndyCar, I mean, it's a big card. If you haven't already heard, look it up. I can assure you, it's a big card. So then we had a Corey Heim white sparkle. I do know the centering on this one's off pretty far on the back. You can see it there. Bottom to top, it's pretty far off. It's also off left to right, or right to left, you should say, probably on the back. So centering probably played a pretty big role in that overall. This will be our last 6. James Wood, Leaf Electrum. I hear he's a really, really good prospect. This one I'm not real sure, other than maybe centering issues, or maybe just edges in general. But the corners were pretty good and the surface was pretty good. So I don't know exactly what happened with this one per se. That might be the only one where I'm like, man, I don't really know what happened here. Another Parkside Pacific, same deal, very tough surface. And the Larson and the Alex Palou, I did some pretty significant work on. I would imagine we probably would have graded lower if I hadn't worked on these, because I was able to get a few spots off, but still, Alex Palou, he's one of the favorites. I don't know how Newgarden's not the favorite, but Alex Palou's got to be one of the favorites for sure for next weekend. And then we got a Haley Deegan Certified Next Signatures Red. This one I expected to be probably 8 or 9. Came in at a 7. I think the one thing that I'm seeing that I didn't notice until just now, I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but if you look at her nose, right there, there's a bit of her nose that's actually missing in the color. So I think the surface got us. Haley's poor nose. What are they doing to her? This card you can't see. Cannot see it. 2007 Topps John Cena autograph. This is from WWE Action. So this one's almost 20 years old. So I knew it wasn't going to grade well. We knew when we submitted it, it was probably not going to be above an 8. So a 7's not a real surprise. Sick card, though. Really, really cool card. And obviously, if you're a WWE fan right now, that's a super hot card right now. That's it for the 7s. Now we get into 8s and above. Everything else is 8s and up. So we got Tom Brady on the 04 playoff absolute memorabilia, I should say. Sweet card. That's numbered out of 1150. Tony Stewart Victory Marks, 18 Victory Lane. That's the silver, and it's numbered out of 25. I think we just pulled this in a break not too long ago, if I'm not mistaken. Another Pokemon, Darkness Ablaze. I'm not sure what that... Can't see it, should be a 10. And we got Tom Brady 2003 SPX. This is part of why I like doing this, because I get to see cards like this that I just have never seen before in person. Not that this is like, I don't know how valuable this card is. I don't think it's like, obviously it's not through the roof or it wouldn't have gone through a regular submission, but it's numbered out of 500. I've just never seen the card, so I just enjoy that part of this a lot. Really cool card. A couple more indie guys. Marcus Armstrong from Parkside. Hopefully, I'll get my Parkside boxes in time for Indy, but I don't know. I'm just waiting. But I've got hobby boxes and hangers ordered. So we'll just have to play it by ear. And then the last one of the 8s, Joseph Newgarden on the Pacific out of 20. Another big one. 2 of 20. Technically, I guess that's a car number or a door number too, right? 2 of 20. So that's a big Newgarden card. All right, so everything else, 9s and 10s. So if we get through this one and you haven't seen your card, not that everybody can remember, because I've seen a bunch of people say, I can't even remember what I sent. But if you don't see your card in the 9 stack, then you know you're in the 10s. Or you're in the wrong submission. Bubba Wallace from Victory Lane, rookie. If you guys haven't caught on by now, we've got a set builder that's been working on this set of Victory Lane rookies. Maserati Marvin Harrison with the Bowman throwback. More IndyCar, Ed Carpenter, signature blue. Numbered to 49. Julius Peppers, Topps Finest Refractor from 2002. Numbered to 250. Wonder who the owner of the Marvin... Oh, you probably know the guy, Scott. You probably know the guy. Joe Burrow, rookie out of Select. Joey B. Another Pokemon. Special illustration rare. Interesting character. PSA 9. Got a Christopher Bell Optic signature in a 9. And we got a couple big ones here. Gold, Richard Petty, Victory Lane from Prism. Obviously, Kurt's Marv card. Then we got SVG, red. Sensational Signatures, rookie auto. SVG. That's numbered to 99. Yep, Kurt wins the internet tonight. 4 of 5, Danica Patrick, Foundations green. I know for sure we pulled this in a break. Just, I think, days before we sent this submission off. So, very solid and a 9. Got to remember, PSA changed their standards for 10s. And it is tougher today to get a 10 than it was 6 months ago. So, Kevin Harvick, manga. I want to say this came out of a mail sale, if I'm not mistaken. I think the owner of this card bought it in the mail sale and then turned around and said, send it off to PSA. Good result. PSA 9. And then the last of the 9s, we've got Ladd McConkey, rated rookie, autographs green. And then that gets us to the 10s the rest of the way. I know I said at the beginning, but and there may not be many spots left, but if you guys haven't gotten a spot in the Donruss break, this is what we're breaking tonight. There was like 12 to 15 spots available as of when I started this video, so if you are interested, when we're done, jump over there and see what's left. And that's the last time I'll do a marketing pitch tonight for that. So, Daniel Dye starts out the 10s. White Sparkle rookie. White Sparkles traditionally do pretty well. Our 10 stack is pretty strong tonight. Select Gold SVG rookie. PSA 10. And that's 1 of 10. Big SVG. Michael Penix Jr. Red Wave Optic. It's a cool card. Don't think that's numbered. No. But cool card. Not sure what's happening with their quarterback situation just yet. Connor Zilic. I think this might be the actual first Connor Zilic production card that I've had in my hand. I've made a custom, but this is the first actual real legit, production card. Came from Panini Instant. It should be a 10 because it never even made it to a pack, This is a nice one. Tony B. Color Blast. And a PSA 10. Very nice. I want to say this one belongs to one of my local folks. Angel Reese, Orange Velocity. In a 10. I'm not here throwing shade at Angel. So, White Sparkle rookie Tyler Reddick, 2020. A PSA 10. More IndyCar Alex Palou, signature blue, PSA 10. 10 of 49, too. That's kind of cool. Is he car number 10? Is that another car number or door number? Somebody that's IndyCar is going to have to tell me. Was Palou number 10? He's got to be. Why else would that be there? That's pretty sweet, though. 10 of 49. Car number or door number, or however you want to say it, and then it's a PSA 10 on top of that. It's pretty unique. Silas Swords, All-American, coming up through the ranks. Topps McDonald's edition. Remember the name. Another Bubba in a 10. I think we had a 9 earlier. Then we got an Ozzy Albies Topps Pristine Gold Refractor in a 10. That's numbered to 50. Ozzy Albies. I'm not familiar with him at all. White Sparkle Zane Smith, rookie. They say this guy's really, really good too. Dylan Cruz, Bowman's Best. That one is not numbered, but I have a hunch that's probably a valuable card or about to be a valuable card. We got a couple of nice watermelon mans here in a row. Rainbow Prism rookie Ross Chastain. 19 out of 24. And I want to say that came out of our 19 Prism break that we did a while back. I think during spring break week, maybe? I believe. James Wood is better, Todd says. And then we got the Gold Flash Ross Chastain from Select. 4 of 10. So a couple of nice Ross cards. I think we got a nice little stack of baseball here. Lawrence Butler, another one I'm not familiar with. You guys know me, I don't mess with baseball much. Lawrence Butler, but that's a pink refractor to 15, rookie. Nice card. Because I'm from Ohio, I do know who Jose Ramirez is. Pristine gold out of 50. And then Trey Turner, purple pristine out of 99. I know him because we've watched the Phillies in the postseason enough the last few years. Daniel Highshaw Jr. Kansas. Out of 24, Bowman U. I think everybody in the group probably knows who this belongs to. So congrats, Scott. I'll just say it. It's about like a Buckeyes card. You probably know who it belongs to. SVG PSA 10. Now this came out of the mail sale as well. I'm not going to say who bought it, but somebody in the mail sale bought it and then turned around and said, "Hey, why don't you grade that for me?" Worked out quite all right. So, SVG, it's so much easier to say in your head. SVG PSA 10. Alexa Bliss, Women's Division Refractor out of Topps Chrome. These are not numbered. I actually got this in a little lot that I picked up. And I just thought, I'll grade that. Amon-Ra St. Brown, gold luminance numbered to 249. I like these luminance cards a lot. Just cool. And then the last two, check this out. I bet you didn't have these on your bingo card tonight. Kai Trump, Leaf Metal, PSA 10. This one is numbered out of 5. And then I'll show you the orange one that's numbered out of 50. But I can just about imagine that nobody had Kai Trump PSA 10s on their bingo card at the end of this submission. So, very cool. I would like to get my hands on one of the golf ones because I love golf and I know she's one heck of a golfer. But pretty cool. Pretty cool. Again, not a political thing, just cards. So, anyways, that's all we got for the PSA submission. I appreciate everybody that, like I said, that always trusts me with your cards. I do take the very best care I can with them. I treat your cards as if they are mine, and I will always continue to do that. Next submission is due by the end of the month. I would say if you haven't sent your cards out yet, I would start working on that because with the holiday and with people doing graduation things and just all the things that come at the end of May, things can get busy real quick at the end of this month for everybody. So if you're thinking about sending something in, I would suggest getting that ball rolling just so you don't let time slip away. But I've already got, I've got a nice little stack over there already. So, hey, you're welcome, Kurt. Thank you. But we still have submission 18 which is outstanding right now, and it is in grading. And then we have submission 20, which is also outstanding, and it's currently in the research and ID phase. So that's where we're at. This was submission 19 again. And again, appreciate everybody's support. I will message everybody at some point over the weekend. I'll touch base with folks on shipping, because I'm not going to be able to get anything shipped out until Monday, because I'm doing a card show tomorrow morning. So I'll touch base with everybody at some point over the weekend on shipping for your PSA stuff, and then we'll get everything out to you. So everybody have a great night, and hopefully see you in a little bit for the Donruss break.